Yaknastiiifishing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Woo! Yaknastiiifishing. Got him. Got one. There you go. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Yaknastiiifishing. You know where you're at. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about and breaking down a little bit of the Newport BASSMASTER. Newport BASSMASTER National Kayak Championship, guys, held in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yes, indeedy, just a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I'm still working on all the on-the-water footage and trying to put a whole compiled video together, you know, with all the stuff. But guys been asking, I've been getting messages, and so I'm going to do a quick breakdown talking about it. I'm going to show a few clips here, and yeah, we're going to get into it. But before we get into deep talking about nationals, y'all, your boy has been getting some in. All right. Yeah, I came home from Tennessee. You know, you seen me last week. I hooked up with the homie Leon. And yeah, man, we just been chit-chatting, doing what we normally do. And been out a couple times fishing. And our first River Runners Kayak Bass Club tournament was just last week. So yeah, guys, I'm just getting back off another tournament. All right. And then I have a week and I'll be jumping in another tournament. So guys, your boy's been busy. He's been running here and there, trying to get my stuff together and hopefully make another run at the national championship, guys. So yeah, your boy's been out there trying to make waves, and I can't wait for you guys to see what went down the very first tournament for the River Runner season. Yeah, guys, the season opener was a blast. Eastern Shore, Maryland ponds, you know what I mean? So if you don't know, it's just pretty much all the ponds on the east side of Maryland. All right. So Eastern Shore Ponds was our very first tournament. And guys, I tried to show off a little bit. I tried. And yeah, your boy's truck was down still. So Leon, he said, come on, man, we're going to stack the yaks on the back of my truck and I'm going to take you down. And of course, he was fishing in the tournament as well. So he dropped me off at the one pond. He wasn't filling that pond. He went and jumped in another pond. And I think we both did pretty well, both finishing in the top 10. And one of us in the top 5. So yeah, guys, it was a great day, great tournament. And I just love getting out and doing some fishing, whether tournament or not. I just love getting out there. You know what I mean? So, man, feels good. Be back on the road, be back rolling around and back in tournament season. And the weather is changing up, y'all. It's getting warmer. It's starting to feel better. And these fish on the East Coast, guys, where I'm at, northern East Coast, Delaware, to be exact, these fish are starting to spawn now. These fish are starting to move and shake, and it's starting to warm up and get to those conditions where we may be catching some on beds, right? So yeah, guys, I know the guys down south, they're already catching them off beds, you know, but you know, it's starting to hit here, and it's just a great time to be out on the water. And no matter where you are, really, this time of year, it's great fishing. All right, guys, unless like some freak weather stuff goes down. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into nationals. Yeah, guys, nationals, guys. It was held Chattanooga, Tennessee. And it's just a dream come true, man. Talking about this, it just, oh man, it gets me all, I'm all fired up all over again, right? I'm all jittery and whatnot. But dude, it was all hell to make that trip happen. I was struggling, stressed out the whole week before leaving. My truck broke down, as you guys already know, and I had some issues going on, and I had to rent a vehicle, right? Of course, I had to rent me one. So I ordered, let's just start here. I ordered, or reserved, I can't say order, I reserved, a F-150 Chevy Silverado, right? Just a pickup truck. That's all your boy wanted was a pickup truck, okay? I reserved it. I went to go pick it up. It wasn't waiting on me, y'all. Now, they done called me. Now, I ain't going to say the company name. I'm not going to say it. But they called me, let me know my reservations was good. Yep, it's sitting right here. It's waiting on you. That's what they told me 3 times. I got 3 calls from 3 different individuals from this particular rental company. Yeah, and that truck wasn't waiting on me when I got there. So they was like, hold on. We got one coming. It's on the way. It'll be here in 15 minutes. Yeah, y'all. That's what they told me. So we sat there for about 25 minutes, me and my wife and her mom, because we had to drive the truck back out of there, right? So, we were just all out and about. We're going to get this rental truck. Yeah. And I was picking it up the day before I was scheduled to leave. Yeah, that Saturday, the 7th of March. And man, talk about stress. So we wait. And the lady asked me, she said, are you familiar with a Jeep Gladiator? Yeah, y'all. Yeah. So I looked the lady dead in the face and was like, no, I don't know what that is at all. So I had to Google it. I had to look it up right there in front of my face, right? I'm just pulling out my phone and I'm Googling it. And that's what it was, the Jeep Gladiator. Yep, that right there. And so, at the end of the day, beggars can't be choosers. It just can't, y'all. So I had no choice. I was disappointed. I was angry. I was like, man, I want to roll up with these guys, and all these guys got their, trucks. You know what I'm talking about. This America, we got trucks. We riding Chevys and Ford big boys, 2,500 F-150s. If you got the money, you get the 3,500s, right? If you got that stuff, right? But we got trucks, right? And I didn't feel that this Jeep was living up to my truck standards. You know what I'm saying, man? I don't know, right? That's how I felt about it. That very first day, I drove it home, and I was like, man, this is so crazy. A Jeep Gladiator. It's not a truck. And guess what? What I did do is put my bed extender right on that thing. I said, well, I'm gonna make it do what it do. And as you see, it's all hanging off the back of there. You see that, man? That bed is so teeny. It's all good though, because it got me there safely and it got me back. So all I could do was thank God for the opportunity to get there and get back. So yeah, it was a rough week trying to make it all happen, make the trip happen. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen at one point. Yeah, dude, I was all over the place, man. But thanks to my wife, thanks to moms, thanks to everybody supporting me, thanks to my dad, everybody that had my back, Yeah. And I want to especially thank Delaware Bass Nation. Okay. They cut your boy an extra check. And then they said, wait a minute, we got another check for you. And yeah, those guys had an emergency meeting for me, right? And it was like, nah, we got money in there. Give him the money he needs to get there. So Delaware Bass Nation, Pop Gordon Quillen, his son Gordy Quillen, Dave Crockett, all right? All those involved in making those decisions in the meetings. Ronnie Robinson, Becky Robinson, all of y'all. Leon, man, I want to thank all y'all for, helping this dream come true and getting me there. So I gets in this Jeep Gladiator Rubicon pickup truck thing, right? And I head to Tennessee. So it was a 10-hour ride. Got out there. Well, I say we, but it was me and the Jeep. Okay. So when I say we, I'm talking about me, the Jeep, and Essie, the name of the kayak, right? So get on the road, and I got so much footage for being on the road. That'll be in the full video of everything, all the days, the practice days, the on the road, everything in between. Yeah, that'll be a pretty long video, almost like a movie. If you like long form stuff, you can sit back and watch it like a movie. And yeah, really get into it. I really had a great time. And so we get out to Tennessee. I stop, the first stop, I get a room right where you see the Jeep sitting out here. That's the first stop. That's the very first stop. I was an hour away from Chattanooga. It was late. It was probably like 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Yeah, in the morning, midnight. Okay, about that time. And I was like, nah, we're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna get a room real quick. So I need to rest up. I want to come in tomorrow kind of with a little bit of energy because I had to do my permit stuff, or license, fish license stuff. I had to run around and gather some things since I'm going to be in the area. I need, some food, snacks, hygiene stuff, get everything set up. And of course, your boy had to go find a Bass Pro Shop. Just saying, I had to go find me a tackle shop. And with all that being said, I slept real good, got out the next morning, and I ended up getting a different hotel room where I was going to stay majority of the time. Okay. All of the time for the tournament that I was fishing, and then relocate as I go up to Knoxville for the classic. So, that was the whole plan. And that plan worked out, guys. So I ended up getting a hotel room, pretty decent spot. And I'm going to play this clip for you guys of an update at the moment, okay, when that very next morning, getting the new room. Yeah, right there, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Crazy spots, where I got to be ready with some protection and stuff like that. But hopefully it's not that kind of spot. So yeah, the Rubicon, I was like, oh, I don't think it's a real truck, man. I don't, but it seems to be doing the job. I'm not even going to complain. I'm just happy, appreciative to be here in the position I'm in. And so we're gonna show it off a little bit. Yeah. In the interior of this thing, it's not bad. Well, I guess it's called the Jeep Gladiator, but Rubicon, I don't know. I don't know. If you're a Jeep person, let me know. What is it? I call it Jeep Rubicon. That's what I've been saying, but maybe it's a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon series, maybe. Yeah. So as you can see, your boy was pretty hung up on the fact um, that the Jeep didn't quite feel truck-esque. I don't know. I don't even know what would you call that? I don't know. But by the end of the trip, I did feel like it was doing everything a truck should be and could be doing, guys. So I kind of rag on this Jeep, man, but I take a lot of pictures of this Jeep and with this Jeep, y'all. So I ain't hating on Jeep no more. Okay. But I do say some things you'll see in the full video, like, oh my God, this guy is hating Jeeps right now. But at the end of it all, man, it turned out to be awesome. Yeah. It was like a little spaceship in there. So we get there, right, at that room. I get everything set up, and then I know it's time to explore. So I start to explore everything I can explore around here. Okay. The sights, the scenes. Oh my God, dude, this place was so dang on beautiful. You just you, you can't ask for a better view than some of the views that I got, man. And so after doing some basic recon, of course, I hit a couple spots that I did mark on my map and went and looked at them from the bank, checked out some things, and just trying to get a basic overview of the layout of the land. All right, guys, and what was located here, because when you see things on a map, the orientation can sometimes be a little skewed for you, and something on the map looks like it's 5 miles away, but in reality, when you go stand on that bank edge, you realize that That's only 500 yards away. I can do that. So, you always got to try to get the best read of the land, the best read of the water that you can in the areas that you think these fish are going to be in. So then you can start breaking down that area. Because one thing about a big body of water, it can be very, very intimidating. All right, like some of those sites, like, man, dude, that's almost like looking at an ocean, right? Like that's super big water right there, right? You'd be like, man, that's big water, that's big river. Well, don't stress about the size of it. Find smaller areas that have a high probability of fish being in them and fish those smaller areas. All right. So if you're used to fishing ponds and lakes, well, find the biggest lake you ever been on, right? Reduce it. Okay. Like your home lake or your home pond, stuff like that. You're used to fishing those, so you're not intimidated. You fish those. All right. But when you go somewhere new and it's bigger, you just take your imagination and downsize that to pretty much a body of water that you can handle, right? Something that's not so overwhelming. So that's exactly what I do. I'm looking for backwaters. I'm looking for pockets. I'm looking for these little spots that, they're not real big. They may be off the main river, because I feel like at the time these fish are starting to move to the back of pockets and to the back of those creeks to start spawning. We had great weather. Everything was working itself in to do just that. So, after some recon and then get on the water for day one of practice for me. All right. I got 2 days of practice in. Guys have been able to fish, for about a week. But of course, I got there late due to my work schedule and getting time off and availability of the rental vehicle. So, it all worked out the way it did, but I knew I was getting 2 days of practice in. So day one of practice, man, I didn't really see a whole lot. I got 2 teeny little bites. I didn't take any pictures. Not frustrated, not discouraged. I was just trying to find fish. And in that first area, I didn't leave it. I wanted to see if I could find fish in this area, but I did find some small bites. And the first place I went was the Macedonia boat ramp. Okay, it's down by the dam and on Lake Nickajack. So it's on that bottom side of the dam, Lake Nickajack, and then there's a bridge as you've seen across there. And just outside of that bridge, if you go out there, you'll see that dam off to your left, and you will be amazed. I mean, the structure's awesome. It's amazing out there, guys. And so day one practice, 2 teeny bites out there in that Macedonia boat ramp, and in that back pocket there was a fish on a bed. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I didn't get that fish to bite. It's okay. So day 2, I choose to go somewhere else. Yeah, guys. So I jump out. Let's see if I got a good shot of this area. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, that's a very good spot. But yep, I jumped out of a different spot. Okay. It has little pockets, okay, at the upper side of Nickajack. All right. So going up through Nickajack, you see that first big, looks like big pocket on the left side, upper left side of that area. Sorry, that was not supposed to be in there. But with that being said, that's where I go day 2. All right. And I end up getting a clue. All right. I was wondering what these fish are going to do, what they're going to bite. And I go back in this pocket. There's 2 little pockets back there. And one wasn't so nice, not at all. But that other pocket, man, I knew these fish were coming into the pocket. The weather was awesome. And guess what? I ended up catching my first Tennessee bass. Yeah, my first Tennessee largemouth on a square bill. Yeah, a red crawl. You see that red crawl, square bill, KVD 1.5. And guys, I was excited, but that was toward the end of the day. We had to be off the water at 3. These fish really didn't seem to want to get active until later in the day, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock time. And I was like, man, maybe it's me through experimenting with baits and checking areas here and there. Maybe I was just going by the fish, just trying to figure things out, and that one fish gave me all the confidence in the world to be ready for day 1 of the tournament. So we get off the water, that second practice, we had to be off the water about 3 o'clock. And I think I got a clip here. Let's see. We get off the water about 3. Yeah. All right. So we get off the water about 3 o'clock. Well, just before 3, because you got to be off at 3. So had to go to the night of champions, right? Had to go to the meeting / dinner / hangout, right? Before day 1. So that night it was mandatory. It was a mandatory meeting. You go there, you get your catch board checked down, you get your tags and your numbers, and you get your plaque right there that says you were there, you qualified to be there, and you're a champ. So, yep, do all that good stuff. Take a lot of pictures is what I did. I took a whole lot of pictures, guys. Crazy. That there's a director, Steve Owens, talking, giving us the rules and regulations. Right here is the family, all the river runners that were sent to Tennessee to represent Maryland and Delaware. Miss Becky Robinson right there in the front. Mr. Ronnie Robinson, what's up, right there in the blue in the back. And my guy, Mr. Dave Crockett, the River Runners director himself, right there in the picture, guys. And it was just a good time, man. It was just a great time. A lot of pictures in that event, man. I took a lot of pictures. I got a lot of video. I got a whole lot. So, like I said, I'm trying to compile all this stuff into one movie-esque video. So that is definitely being worked on. But yeah, great times. I seen a couple folks, big names up in there. Some Bailey from where Bailey from. Albright, Ebright. You know what I'm talking about. Christine Fisher, the dude Poole was out there. You know what I'm talking about. If you follow anything with kayak fishing, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All the big names were there. All the big names. So, yeah, man. Yeah, it was a good time. A little starstruck. I didn't walk up on nobody. Everybody had their little entourages and cliques and people that they were chit-chatting with. And I was just like the new kid at a new school, just waiting for someone to come talk to me to maybe introduce me and get me into the realm, like, hey, yeah, he's one of us, come on. But I did talk to a couple people, and I did get to meet a few people I didn't know. And big shout out to the homie Jordan Lovejoy. I think, was he representing Maryland? I think he's representing school because he's doing the college stuff. So yeah, but when he's around, he does fish with the river runners. I was told by Dave, but I do believe I've seen him a couple years ago on there when I first got into the river runners, but I didn't know anything. When it came to tournament fishing, I was just trying to find my way in the door at that time. So trying to keep up with people and names, I had no idea. I had no clue. I just knew all these guys were hammers, and I was facing some of the best guys on the East Coast. That's all I knew, and I was down for the challenge. You know what I mean? So all that being said, y'all, we get loaded up, we get set up, we do everything we need to do. Get to the hotel room, restring, make sure everything's good, make sure all my equipment's ready to go. And then we go to day 1, right? Wake up early, get ready, get right, get it together. So excited, get on the road. And yeah, I head right to the very same pocket I caught that one keeper fish in. So I hit that daggone pocket, and I get to the boat ramp and get loaded out and all that good stuff. I hit that one pocket, man, and I stayed in that pocket a good amount of time. I get back in there. I catch a fish. The first fish I catch is on a top water, guys. Yeah, you see that grass? That grass was matted. That grass was, man, it was a challenge. But I caught that very first fish in the tournament, and it was pretty early. I think it was about, no, I don't know, no, I think probably within the first 2 hours. So I catch that first fish, guys, on a top water. Yeah, a storm-born Baits ham bone. All right, it's a rat style, froggy rat shape, but top water, and I end up catching that 14 and a half inch fish. Now, remember that 14 and a half inch fish. Yeah. So I get that. I'm totally excited. I am. Oh man, dude, I am happier than I'm happy, dude. I caught me one. It's no skunk, right? So I fish some more, and I'm trying to figure out some things. In the top water, it didn't get any more bites. So I pick up that 1.5 KVD, y'all. Yeah, I picked that daggone thing right on up, and I get to chucking, and I get to slow riding it. You know what I mean? I get to ticking on the tops of the grass a little bit, and then, guys, I get bit. Okay, and I pull in a 16-inch largemouth bass. Man, this fish right here, this fish had me over the moon because now I got two fish on. Yeah, crazy. So I throw that fish back in, and I measure it and put it back in the water as fast as I possibly could to see if I can get my bait back out there and catch some more fish, right? So I get out, I'm chucking and chucking some more, and I miss one. Oh, that would have been fish number 3. Oh, man. So I'm sticking to the plan. 1.5 KVD. I tried a chatterbait. I tried swim bait. I tried a couple different things. I wasn't feeling it. When your gut's like, no, put that down, pick that back up. So that's what I did. You got to trust your gut. All right, guys. So I pick up that 1.5. I said, well, I'm just going to hold it and see what happens. Throw it back out there, probably about 45 minutes to an hour later, and pull in another 16-inch fish. So now I got 3 fish on, y'all. Yeah, I'm totally excited. I'm like, oh man, I might got a shot, man. I might be putting something together here. Okay, since they were all coming in and they were sitting right in the back side of that pocket. All right, it was a great day. It was great weather. It was just so beautiful out there, y'all, that it was just crazy. Like, let me see. Here goes a clip. Hey, boy, that is a beautiful view right there, man. Golly. Yeah, indeed. Look at this. The hash wing is showing off, and hopefully I can get out here and show off as well. But yeah, man. So the day was nice. The weather was warm. It was great. No issues, right? I was having fun. I got 3 fish on. I got a shot, right? So I'm just chucking and whining. I get that 1.5 KVD back out there, and I'm throwing and I'm throwing and I'm throwing, dude. And I'm within the last hour of the tournament. I only got 3 fish on. What am I going to do? Okay. Now, mind you, I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to leave the pocket. And when I did try to leave that pocket, all hell broke loose. All right. The wind started picking up. As soon as I start running down, I get about a good, oh man, it's a good distance. That's what I'm gonna say. Just about a quarter mile away from that pocket, if not up to a half a mile. And I'm going because I have an idea. I seen something on the map. But then all hell broke loose, guys. The wind picked up suddenly. The waves, oh my God, it got so choppy out there, man. It got really, really bad where I was taking water, I mean, straight over the bow to the face. My body, I mean, I was soaked. I was soaked, man. I had water in the kayak. I was bailing out water. I pulled out my scupper plugs, you know, to get the water out and all that good stuff. And it was just a hot mess. So I go to hightail it back to the pocket because that pocket, looking from where I'm looking, is protection. And so I'm getting hit. I got some squirry waves going on. It's getting squirrely out here. And all I could say is, man, this is what we do it for, right? The excitement, the adrenaline rush, you know, it's adrenaline junkies love that kind of stuff. So I turn around and I said, I'm not going to make this run. I'm not going to be able to make it all the way up to this little backwater part I seen on the map. I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, I try to make a daring run, a Hail Mary, you know, I turn around. So I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm taking on too much water. I've already cleared out the kayak 3 to 4 times at this point. And so I'm in the highest speed I can go, hightailing it back, zigzagging, because I couldn't go straight. So I'm zigzagging back to this pocket, man. The wind was smacking me. The waves and the water was smacking me, dudes. And I just did what made sense and got myself out of that situation. So I hightail it back to the pocket. I get back to the pocket. My kayak is leaning to one side, y'all. I mean, it's bad. It was leaning, okay? And I thought I might have to get off the water because I think I got water in the kayak. Yeah, guys, I had so much water in this thing. Flooded out my battery compartment up in there. I don't know. You see those leaves right there? That is crazy talk. Yeah, your boy took on a lot of water. But I didn't get off the water because that Bonafide P127 said, look, if you just balance that water out, yeah, Essie was like, just balance the water out. I got you. So that's what I did, man. I just tried to hold the balance as best I could and keep it right. And I kept fishing, y'all. And I kept fishing. I said, I'm not getting off the water. This is the only opportunity. You know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm not getting off the water. I'm not stopping. Okay. So that last hour of the tournament, I'm back in that pocket. I'm throwing that 1.5 KVD, y'all. I'm doing the best I could do with it, man. And I'm trying. And your boy ends up catching with like 40, 45 minutes left, a 19.5-inch hog. Okay. This fish was chunky. It's about a 5-pound biggin. Okay. It was a chunky fish, man. That fish right there. Yeah. With just like 40 minutes left. Okay. That fish right there, man. Oh, I needed it. I needed it, dude. I was so pumped. I was so fired, man. I was like, what? You know what I mean? I measured it out and weighed it and all that because it was chunky and it was just over 5 pounds. Like, look at this clip, man. This guy is a hog. Yes, y'all. Your boy got a Tennessee hogger. Look at that big girl right there. Just over 5 pounds, man. That is a biggin. So this is our 4th fish. We're looking for one more and we got about 40 minutes left. So I can't waste no time, guys. So this is what we got going on. Biggin. Yes. Woo, let's go ahead and let this thing go. Yeah. Your boy's excited just looking at that little clip right there, man. That like, that was, you see how fat that thing was, God? That thing was nice. Yeah. So, of course, I'm like, man, I got 40 minutes left in the game, right? I got 40 minutes left. I could catch one more fish. I could complete a limit in Tennessee. And guess what, y'all? That's what I ended up doing within the last 30 minutes was grab another fish. And it was, I think it was a 15-inch fish. Wasn't that big, but it was a keeper. And I had 5 fish. Yes, y'all. I had 5 fish on, ready to go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tennessee limit. Man, it felt so good to catch a limit. I just, to even keep up with some of the best in the country, right? I had a limit. And that was what my goal was. See, the first goal is to catch 1 fish, and then 1 fish at a time after that until you get 5 fish. And when I completed that goal, I felt like I won at that point. Yes, I got 5 fish. Now, here's a caveat to that. Remember that 14.5-inch fish I told you about? Yeah, the one I caught on the ham bone. This guy right here. Well, since we had kind of a not good cell service up in the mountains and stuff like that, guys, 4 of my fish loaded up, and that 14.5-inch fish was stuck in a live well. So yeah, it was a dagger to the heart. Yeah. So I was in like 68th or 69th place at that with the 4 fish. But if that 14.5 did not get stuck in that live well, I would have been in the 50s, all right, like 57th, 58th place. So, that's how I was looking at it. I called Steve when I got back to the hotel, and it was just too late. Couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't fix that issue. Just didn't have cell service, right? It sucked, all right? So when I thought I posted that to the leaderboard, I didn't. I didn't have service, so it just kicked it, I guess, to the live well until I got to some cell service and had to manually, submit that fish. And, I don't know. I can make complaints about it, like it's a programming issue. They should set up the program to where that fish, I was trying to put it up there, but no service. So when I got service, it should just bam, right? But I don't know. I'm not a computer programmer, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know anything about it. I don't. Okay. So, it sucked. It's cool. You know what I mean? Because guess what? I was still in the running at this point. I was like, man, 60, 68, 69th place. Okay. I'm not 100 and something. I'm not 150. What is it? 146, 146 anglers, 147 anglers. I wasn't that number. Okay. So I wasn't last place. So I was happy. I was somewhere in the middle, I guess, just below the middle. Bro, I was excited. I was stoked. I was like, man, I'm keeping up with these dudes, and I don't even have all this equipment and all that good stuff, right? So I'm puffing up my own head, right? You know what I mean? I'm just like, I can do this, right? I can do this. And so after day 1, I go back to the room, get myself together, go get something to eat, get it, talk to the wife. I'm exhausted and I'm sacked out. I passed. I'm gone. I went, set up for day 2. So day 2, naturally, your boy was curious, okay? Because we got heavy rains, okay? For 12 hours straight overnight, it rained. And man, I was wondering what that rain would do to the mountainous terrain and the river system within that mountainous terrain. And I was just hoping my pocket wasn't blown out by the time I got there. So I get to the boat ramp, I drop off, boom, get in the water. I learned a new trick of how to get my boat in the water faster with the bed extender. I'll be showing you guys some stuff about that, man. Some of the veterans said, hey, man, do it like this. And I learned from them being out there on that ramp, guys. And so I get my thing in the water, I get SE in the water. I go look at this pocket. And guys, this pocket, chocolate milk. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at in the back of this pocket. I have no idea what I'm going to do now. So I don't have a lot of juice, the weather, the wind, the waves, all that stuff was still kicking up. And I just didn't have enough recon to have another spot. I said, well, I'm gonna have to figure something out. So I think these fish might bite in this chocolate milk. I just gotta figure out where they're at, what they're doing. So I hit one pocket, then I hit the very same pocket I was fishing in the day before. And we had some chop on the water. We had some wind blowing, you know, that back end of that storm, it was still doing what it was doing. So I was like, man, this is crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I did the only thing I knew to do. And I grabbed that 1.5 KVD and went to work. And I stayed in that pocket. I threw it in that pocket. I caught a fish in that pocket, y'all. Yeah, day 2, I caught a decent fish. What size was that fish? Because I'm not sure if I got the clip in here. It was a small fish. I think it was like a 14, 15-inch fish. Yeah. So it was like a 14-inch fish, guys. Yeah. Only fish all day. I missed a big bite. You know, I couldn't get on them like I did the day before. Conditions changed, pushed those fish way out. And when I got off the water, I talked to some guys, you know, that had the equipment to see, and those guys that caught a limit, you know, they know what they're doing. They were out there doing their thing. So I started asking questions, because just because the tournament's over doesn't mean I'm not trying to continue to learn what's happening on the river system out here in Tennessee, and where do the fish go when these situations happen? Because what if I'm out there again one day and this situation happens? I can, you know, kind of take from what I've learned and expand on that, right? So come to find out, that storm and that muddy water, some were still back in those muddy water pockets. All right. So like, I did catch the one out that muddy water, and I did miss that bigger one in that muddy water. I just couldn't trigger them the way I did the day before. And most of the guys that were in the top spots, okay, in the money, they were fishing out toward the main river channel, and those edges, those ledges, those drop offs, okay, where that water cleared up. Well, that's where the tournament was won. Okay, they had found some mega schools out there. They found all kind of fish out there, and they were getting them. And I just didn't go out there. I really didn't think they would be out on the main river channel. So that was me for kind of being closed-minded. But at the end of the day, guys, we completed the national championship, and your boy came in 112th place out of 146, 147. I really want to say 147, but I'm gonna post that on the video. You guys will see it, and then I'm going to put the screenshot or the screen grab from that in a post on the channel, guys. So yeah, I came in 112th place, and with that 14.5-inch fish, if it was taken out of live well, and if it was on the board unofficially now, is what I'm saying, I would be somewhere in the 90s. So it might have would have gave me 15, 16 spots, you know, being in the top 100. So we ended at 112th place. We was keeping up with them day 1, man, and day 2 just got the best of me, and I kind of ran out of stuff, and I don't know, maybe exhaustion got. I don't got no excuses. Something got me. I just didn't. I think my mind was too closed, and I didn't have enough knowledge to make a better decision on how to catch those fish, either in that muddy, very stained up water, that chocolate milk there that was in the back, or out on the main channel. I just didn't have that in my mind. You know, my mind didn't wrap around it, and I didn't adapt. So that's pretty much what happened is, you know, I didn't adapt and ended up in 112th place. But I had a great time. Yes, y'all, I had a great time in Chattanooga, Tennessee, fishing the national championship. I can't wait to get back there, because now that's the goal. Because once you taste it, it's like a shark with blood in the water, man. Once you taste that, you got to get back there, because now you're chasing that blue trophy. You know what I'm saying, guys? You guys know exactly what I'm saying. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to show you these trophies again, because I just got to get back there, because I need one of these. I need one of these right there behind me. Yes, that would make a great addition to the Gordon Quillins. Yeah, custom trophies here, one of a kind. Yeah, that one of those trophies will make a great addition to my trophy collection. All right, I'm just saying. I think any trophy would. All the trophies. You know what I mean? I like trophies. Let me see if I can get Dave Mercer to make me a trophy. But yeah, guys, it was a great time out there, man. I got to meet a lot of people. Special thanks out to, Bass Nation, Bassmaster, Newport, okay? Native Watercraft sponsored it, of course, guys. Special thanks, shout out to all of you that made the national championship happen. All right. Shout out to all the guys who placed in the money, and everyone out there that got out on the water and got off the water safely. Hey, that's a win in itself, man. Everybody came home safe. So good job to everybody that was out there fishing, and all the anglers. I'll be seeing you guys soon on the next one. Yeah. Yaknastiiifishing, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you got any questions, let me know. And yeah, just on standby, because randomly I'm going to just put it when it's all done and, collectively accumulated properly on the video format, like a movie. That's what we're going to try to do, right? So when that thing comes out, I'm just going to post it. It's just going to go straight. I'm not going to premiere it. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to be done with it, and then I'm going to put it up. So keep your eyes open for that on the water in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we got some more videos coming, dude. A lot of great fishing going on. A lot of great fishing going on. Because when I got back, I just want to tell you guys this real quick. When I got back, I was still fired up. I called Leon. I said, hey, man, let's do some bank fishing right quick, man. Let's go hit the spot. So we went to one of my favorite spots, and your boy pulls in a citation bass, a 5.69 pound bass. You know what I mean? And I just got the citation in the mail. Do I got it laid out somewhere? It's probably in here somewhere. Well, anyway, yeah, a 5.5 pound bass is what I caught right when I came home. And yeah, it keeps that energy going, dude. And like I said, we just fished a tournament last week, so all that footage is going to be coming out, and we're going to be talking about that most likely on the next Smalls and Bobby next week, okay? If we can make that happen. I know our schedules right now. He's working the way he's working with his schedule and mine as well. So hopefully we're going to put that out next week, guys. Happy Good Friday. Happy Easter. And thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, tight lines, and all that good stuff everybody say. Peace.
Ain't no metal, no nothing. It's just all wood. Get him, Bobby. Ooh, don't you come off, Bobby. Don't you come off. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, Bobby. Ooh, yeah. He made a washing machine after that thing. No, Bobby, no. Okay. You need a timeout. You need a timeout, Bobby. Bobby needs a timeout. While we're timing out, Bobby, I'm going to refish that spot where I got you at.